Hey everybody, it's Glidercat and it's time. Time to play. More Voxel Tycoon. We're back in it. Let's unpause the game. Let me tell you, I was watching the last episode. And last episode, I guess just to recap real quick, we were working on, I believe, getting the wood frames built. We set up our plank production. We set up a truck route to deliver iron parts. Doesn't look like any of them gotten here yet. And I noticed actually watching the video that the when I named that route, it may not have taken. Yeah, I see here it says individual route. Let's go ahead and rename this route. What happened was I think when I hit save, the game itself was saving and it just didn't take. So you'll remember we had this pretty cool name here. We'll just hit OK, and hopefully these guys will all inherit that. It still says individual route here. Let me close this and bring it back open and let's just see what we get. Nope, looks like we got to move them all over to that route. So let's just do that real quick and make this consistent. Shouldn't take too long here. But yeah, I did hit save. It just I hit it at the wrong time last episode. Right, I'm just double checking. Haver iron parts are one. Boom, boom. One last one. All right, so that's cleaned up. Yeah, it's a little bit of cleanup I noticed when I was watching the last episode. Don't know if you guys picked up on that or not, but I missed it when I was playing. Anyway, so we've got that to do, right? We need to make our wood frames, and we can go sell those. The couple things that are on my mind here about this game are, at least this playthrough, is I need to get trains, right? We're getting a bunch of traffic here on the roads. It is flowing. Like I said, it's flowing. It doesn't look like it's going that fast, but it is flowing, and there actually aren't many backups. There's a little bit here at the intersections, but for the most part, the trucks do keep moving. Let's see, and it always looks faster if I accelerate it 3 times. It's like, oh, look at this. Super efficient. Ooh, we can kind of see the bottlenecks, can't we, when we do the fast speed? This intersection's a busy one. So it might make sense to have another road coming down here. We kind of did it on this side, on the western side. It might make sense to expand this and come down on the eastern side. Anyway, back to my original thoughts. I'm going to go back to single speed here for a second, or for a little bit. We need to get trains. We got to look into that. And then have our trucks do the last mile. There's going to be a bunch of experimenting with trains. I haven't used trains in a game in it's been over a year, so I'm going to be rusty, and then I need to kind of learn the mechanics of how Voxel Tycoon wants us to do it. So trains is one thing. The other big thing is I need to quit spending money, or try to find a way to slow down spending cash, because we want to get to this stone deposit. This is going to unlock a lot of research for us, and I believe it's going to allow us to get the to finally get some of the diesel trucks on the road. Now we're gonna try and move to trains, but we're gonna want to keep upgrading the trucks, and I think this stone is part of that journey. So trains and yeah, trains I guess is the main thing. Trains and expansion, saving that money. And then what was the last thing? I guess while we're waiting to accumulate money, that's kind of the problem, right? Is while I'm waiting to accumulate money, I start spending way more than I'm earning. But I was going to say, to finish that thought, while we're waiting to accumulate the money, you know, we have more factories we need to build out. In addition to the wooden frames, we've got furniture that needs to be done and automated, or a factory for that. We've got the steel bars that need to be done. That's all been researched and ready to go. We've lost a few businesses that are asking for steel bars. This one is stone, but we had some that, ooh, there's a couple different stone products. Okay, there's raw stone and here's stone. So getting that stone too is going to open up more opportunities for us to ship product. So those are the things on my mind. Save cash for expansion, complete these factories, and move to trains if we can. So where should we start? Well, one thing we can start on, it looks like the research, right? It looks like we've completed our research. Let's jump in there and see and pick something new. And that'll hopefully will will hopefully generate some cash in the background, and I won't be spending money while I look at this. Let's see. All right, stone processing. We know we can't do that. Go through these copper. Yeah, we've been through this. No sand. Can't do that one. Here's one that's kind of a no-brainer. Easy. Just takes cash. We are trying to save. We're trying to save cash, and this is going to eat up about $500,000. But we do need to do that. Rails need stone. We can't do that. Same thing with the roads level 2. Steam engine just takes coal. An improved version of the basic steam engine that has much less steam loss factor and better reliability. I think we've read that before. That one takes coal. That's one we can do. Wood beams gets us higher level storage. That's another one that's a candidate. I don't have an immediate need for that, but I'm sure that will be helpful. Diesel engine level 2, can't do it. It needs copper wire. That's steel bars for manufacturing level 3. This is a candidate. Like indirectly, this is a candidate because we need to do these steel beat bars. We don't have a factory for that yet. We need to put one together. This is going to chew up a lot of cash and a lot of time, but it is something to think about once we get the steel bars automated. Let's see, researching speed. We can't do that. It takes circuits. Been through this before. Steel bars. Here's another one. Wow, look at that. $2.8 million. 185 days and a bunch of steel bars to get the steel beams. So once we get steel bars going, we have a huge demand just from the research alone, not to mention the towns and the businesses in the towns. And then glass panes. Yeah, we can't do anything about that. So I'm leaning towards the diesel or the rails. What does rails get us? Oh, no, I can't do rails. I thought there was 2 kind of train related things. Yeah, here's the heavy diesel engine. So I guess that unlocks a train for us that goes 100 kilometers an hour and has 2,300 kilowatts of power, weighs 232 tons. Boy, these cost some cash. $729,000 to buy one of these things. Don't know what to do. I don't know if we should do that. I want to get research going for sure. What was the other one? This one takes coal. And this one, I thought we had, and this one takes the steel. Yeah, was it just the storage? Trying to decide here. I'm guessing maybe this coal one. It doesn't cost quite as much money as the others. We can route the coal fairly easily. We can maybe make use or reuse some of the trucks. Although I think the trucks are delivering I think we have a different type of truck currently delivering to our research lab. But why don't we do this? It'll chew up some time and I can accumulate some cash in the meantime. I know I could speed up the game as well, but let's set this up and then we'll check the notifications after. Probably should do those first, but I'm not gonna. I want to get this research going. I want to keep it moving. So let's pick the steam engine. Boom. And then we'll focus on getting that set up this episode. And then maybe to curb my spending, maybe we will look at what we can do right now with trains. I haven't even really explored that, what we can build now with trains. So we may be able to get that going. I keep thinking I need to unlock research for trains, but I don't think I do. I think we could actually start playing with that. All right, first things first, let's dig in and get some new product routed to our research lab. It's waiting on coal. Oh, you know what? We may be in good shape. Look at this. Look at this. Is our lab spinning? Can he not? Maybe he can't reach it. There is coal over here. Let's go ahead and click logistics. Well, it can reach the transfer station or our freight station here, but it's not able to actually reach the coal itself. So we got a couple options. We can slap down a tiny warehouse here with coal, and I think that will start to fill up and supply the laboratory. Let's do it. And we won't need to put a single truck on the road, I don't believe. So let's go to factories here, or industry, warehouses. And let's go with the little guys, the little warehouse. And let's pop this guy down within range of this freight station that's collecting the coal. I believe that one's taking delivery of coal. I'm going to pop that down here. In fact, I could even do it up here. It's within range, but it would be a little messy. It's a little crowded. We could do it. What should we do? Let's do it. Let's do it for the heck of it. Normally I wouldn't, but let's just experiment. And let's set this guy to coal. And then hopefully we'll see how this works. Now we're getting coal coming in, I believe. Where is it? Yeah, coal to Newport Beach, Northeast. So we'll see how this guy works in terms of what share of the incoming coal is this guy going to get. Okay, in the meantime, we've got wood beams being delivered for our old research. Okay, let's see. Is our lab spinning? Yep. Look at that. We didn't even need to place a truck and we got the research going. That's pretty cool. I'm just thinking I was going to take all of our trucks off of wood beams. That's all these guys, right? We got 7 trucks. That was all for research, I believe. Pretty sure. But now I'm wondering, do we have more research that's going to require wood beams? I guess we could, at a minimum, we could put those trucks in the garage for now. Let's see. I'm going to take a look at the research again. I got a short memory. I thought we had another one that required beams. That wasn't urgent. Oh, it's the storages. Yeah. Maybe we do that next. Just because we've got the truck set up. We know we're going to need to do it. It's going to chew up more cash than I want. But we're always going to be chewing up cash as long as we have the research lab running. And I do want to always keep the research lab running. It's going to probably be a little slower this cycle through because we have a couple... We're not getting all the coal that's coming in. Some of that's going into this warehouse that's not reachable. But here comes the coal. Here comes some more. Sand is... We're getting a notification that sand is about to go bankrupt. Yeah, nothing we can do about that. Here comes some more coal. Hopefully we'll see the lab spin up here. There it goes. But we're not getting a lot. Could add a truck. I hate to do it because we're going to lose track of having too many trucks supplying coal out here. And then that'll cost us some lost profit if we're over capacity. Yes. Let's see. Here comes some more. Let's see if these fill up. I'm just curious if this warehouse right here above the laboratory, if this guy is going to fill up eventually with coal or not. It looks like it's going to be a little slower than we want. What can we do about that? It definitely cannot reach this warehouse. Maybe I should have put the warehouse within range of both of them. Both of this freight station and this one down here. I'm just nervous about throwing more trucks on this route that's delivering coal. Because we're only going to need that coal for a short period of time for the lab. And then we'll have these excess trucks that are going to be super easy, for me at least, to forget about. And then we'll have some unprofitable trucks. I suppose we'll get notifications. Yeah, that's going to be slow if we don't do it. Yeah, I think we got to do it. Let's do a couple things. Let's put these trucks in the garage that are currently doing wood beams to Newport Beach. We're going to probably kick them off again to do their thing once we do the warehouse research, but we don't need them just driving in circles right now. So I'm going to send these guys all off to Garage 4, which is currently empty, and it's going to take me a second. So bear with me here. Send a garage. Boom. This is 170. Send a garage. Boom. Here's 171. Send a garage. Boom. 172. City garage. Boom. I guess we have more than 170 trucks out there. 173. Boom. 174. And then we'll just leave these guys in the garage temporarily. We won't reassign them to another route. Eventually, when we do the warehouse research, which maybe we'll pick that one next just to get it done, since we have the trucks all ready to go and we've got plenty of wood beams in storage, I believe. Yeah, here they come. So we'll just let those guys queue up in there. The next thing we said just now was maybe adding a few more coal trucks just to speed up the research. And we'll just have to remember, oh no, look at this traffic. What's going on, fellas? It's got a flat tire. No, I'm not sure what's going on here. That looks like a bug almost. Now this may have to do with me sending these guys to the garage. There he goes. He just disappeared. This looks like a bug. I think it's got to do with these guys trying to find a route to the garage. Let's just keep an eye on this for a second. The last one just disappeared on us. So I think this is a glitch. I'm sure if we zoomed in, you'd hear a bunch of car horns, but let's see. I have the sound turned down for me. Yeah, they do disappear. So there's a little bit of fault tolerance here. It looks like built into the program. So I think it self-recovered from that situation. Let's take a look and see if those trucks actually made it back to the garage or not. Boy, it's created a kind of a backup, but I think this is going to kind of clear and work itself out. Interesting. Let me know in the comments if you've seen that dynamic in your playthrough, if you're playing. Okay, all the trucks made it. I'm pretty sure those were the ones that were stuck. I should have clicked on it to see for sure, but I gotta think that's the case. That something in calculating the new route back to the garage caused those trucks to just hesitate there. Or they were texting. They may have just been behind the wheel texting and holding up traffic. All right. Let's get back to doing what we're going to do, which is add some coal. Sorry for all the zooming around here on the screen. Let me get rid of that one and leave this guy up. We want to clone some of these coal trucks temporarily. Let's do... I was going to say I'm losing my voice. I was going to say let's just do 2, and then we can, when we're done with the route, we can just sell off these 2 lower level trucks. But I don't know that 2 is actually going to be enough to make much difference. Boy, we're spending money. I said I didn't want to do it. Maybe we... Oh, boy. Let's do 2. Cold to Newport Beach. We'll send these guys loose. Let's just do 2. I know that's not totally optimal for the research, but it is going to help preserve some cash for us. While we're thinking about cash, let's look at the balance sheet again. It looks pretty much like we saw at the end of the last episode. Almost at 1.1 million per month in trade income. Passenger income's up to 47,000 just about. And then I mentioned last time that our maintenance costs are starting to reach kind of the non-trivial stage. So now let's take a look at our notifications up top. Just make sure there's nothing burning. Stone, we can't do anything about that. We've got a few vehicles that are unprofitable. Do these numbers look familiar to you? 171, 172, 173, and 174? If they don't look familiar to you, those are the trucks that we just took off of delivering wood beams to the laboratory, because the laboratory is not using it anymore. Hey, Amana Colony's settlement reached city status. That's pretty cool. Nice. Yeah, and that's the one where we get the most profit. So I imagine there's a bunch of new demand there that we need to meet. New point of sale, stone, brick. Yeah, we've got more research to do. So I don't see anything too concerning in here. I'm not going to worry about it. Let's look at what we can do while we're still accumulating cash here. Again, we're trying to get to 3.5 million. But while that is accruing, and our lab hopefully is spinning, it is. There's our little warehouse. It's got a little bit of coal. Looks like it's about to get some more. Anyway, while all that's running, let's think about trains. Let's first take a look and see what we can even build, what we've unlocked. Lay rails. I guess that's pretty straightforward. I'm just going to walk through these and try it. Okay, yeah, we've got a single kind of rail. We can do bridge and tunnel just like the belts. And then I guess electrification. I'm having a hard time saying that. Electrification will be when we do the like tram lines. That's what I'm guessing. Stations, what do we got? Freight station, passenger station. Oh, I didn't even think of people trains. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, people trains. I wonder if that would make sense as a place to start. And then waypoints. Boy, I need to learn what those are even for. I don't think those are signals. I might need to look that one up between episodes. I'm not sure what that is. So you guys probably are. I am not. Like I said, my transit game skills are a little rusty. Okay, so we can build stations. And I know there's ways to increase the size on these. Does it have the... I'll have to look at the tooltips or at the controls menu. But I know there's ways we can make these wider and longer if we want. What else do we have? Depots. We got a single depot. And then we got the signals. Yeah, and I'll have to watch a tutorial on those. I've kind of watched some content on this just to learn how these work. But it looks like there's more here than... I haven't seen these semaphores explained. So I may have to do something, do a little research offline between episodes to understand how these work. I kind of vaguely, super novice understand how these two work. But we're going to experiment with all of that, I'm sure. So where would we do trains first? Like people trains are pretty easy in terms of once we get it set up, it can probably stay that way forever. The material trains are going to change, I guess, over time as we ship more products and stuff and need more routes. But people are, there's only one kind of people. And they're always in the same location. They're in the towns. And there's only a certain number of destinations they need to go to, which is the other towns. So from a layout and planning standpoint, I think that the people trains are probably a little easier. I'm guessing they're less profitable. Sorry for my scrolling around here. I do that when I think, by the way. And then for the material trains, we've got another iron ore deposit that we're going to be harvesting here before too long, I hope. And we'll need to make a decision. Are we going to have like one central iron factory and we just route iron ore into that factory? And then once this iron ore deposit is depleted, we find another one and route the raw material to a factory that just stays in place, some huge mega factory? Or do we look at just adding some factories to the mining site, the new ones, so that as we're shipping product, we're shipping refined product from these locations and factories just sprout up around the natural resource? So that's a decision we're going to need to make. I don't know which is best, which approach is best, or if it's one of those things where it kind of depends on the situation, depends on the deposit and what kind of products you want to make. We'll get to it. So we're at 2.8 million. Just wondering, should we look at people trains? Let's run through our towns real quick and we'll just look at what the people needs are, the people moving needs are. So up here at Somersville, we've got a population of 1,344 people. It's growing. This one is in town status, which is good. I'm guessing is city next. Let's see, Amana has 1,500. So yeah, and Amana is a city, right? Amana is a city. Somersville's a town. So I'm guessing at 1,500 people, you move into city status. So Somersville is on the way, 1,344. The passenger, we're actually at average now. This town's industrial. So it says coverage, 85 out of 125. I don't really want to add busing right now. I wish there was a way, and there may be. If you know in the comments, let me know if there's a way to see where the people want to go. Like, it'd be nice to know how many people in Somersville are trying to get to Newport Beach. Because that would help us prioritize where we want to do our train routes for the people. Okay, we're average in Newport Beach. Let's just take a look at the other towns, see how we're doing. Haver and Manna Colonies. Haver is average. Looks like we're average on passengers everywhere. We can bring up a Manna real quick. Whoops, wrong one. Passengers average. Yeah, we're doing average for all of the passenger transportation. The downside with doing the passenger trains is the bus traffic isn't really our problem, right? We're not seeing like huge congestion of buses here on the road. It's all the material trucks is where the backups are and where all the traffic is. So we've got cargo trains would have to help us take trucks off the road and increase our profitability. And people trains are a bit easier, I imagine, to kind of lay out. So got to make a decision. We're at $3 million. We're getting close to having the expansion. Let's think about what we would do once we had this. I think we did just research. So we got done with the mining 2 research. So once this unlocks, or once we purchase this region, we'll be able to mine out that stone. And that's all we get. Let's see. Oh no, they demand coal. They've only got stone and they demand coal and wood beams. Well, I don't want to spend cash right now. Guess I can speed up. Let's go to 2 times speed. See if we can't just cross the finish line and get that $3.5 million. Maybe before the end of the episode. And I guess we can spend a little more time thinking about it. If we had our first train, what would we do with it? And how would we route? I imagine, yeah, the trains have bridges and everything. So getting a little save lag there. So I imagine we can route. Boy, I wonder if all these towns could be served by a single train station, like a people train station. We'll have to see. All right, we're approaching 3.2 million. We want to get to 3.5. I'm still thinking here. Sorry if this is a little on the boring side, but yeah, I'm trying to think through train logistics and what we would want to do and how we would want to start. Usually when I stall like this, I come to the conclusion that we just got to start doing it. Just start dropping trains and doing it. But in this particular case, I don't want to dive right in because I really do want to expand. I want to buy that region before we spend a bunch of money. We could kill some time by buying buses and things. I know we need a little bit more. Let's take a look anyway at the buses just to see if they're full. That's got 10 out of 10. This guy has, let's see, it's loading up 7 out of 10. These are all on the circle route. 6 of them. 10 out of 10. Just curious to see how these guys are doing. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. We could probably add a few buses, but again, do I want to spend the money? Not when I'm this close. I think I'd actually get some comments. Comments on the video complaining if I was within like 50,000 and then just spent another $1 million shoring up buses and trucks. So we're almost there. We're running at double speed. Yeah, I know I can do triple speed. 3.6. Did that go up? I thought that was under 3.5 for this territory. So they're moving the goalposts on us a bit. Maybe I will go 3 times speed. Everything seems to be in a relative equilibrium right now. We are bringing up cash. I had a comment earlier. Someone mentioned, why don't you just let it run? Just let the game walk away, let the game run and raise some cash. And I've done that with other games, but for this one, you know, there's so much to think about that if it's running on my screen, if it's running on the computer, I got stuff to do and think about here to plan out. Like, I don't really, cash usually isn't the shortage. All right. I think we've got it, right? 3.62. Here we go. This is going to be our first big purchase right at the end of our episode. Let's do it. Kaboom. Uh-oh, please wait. What's that all about? Exploring the world. Uh-oh. Ooh. Come on. Oh, no. Let's see. Did we get it? Got it. Nice. Okay, we got our new region, Orem region. So this is going to keep us busy for quite a few episodes. I'm going to let it run in 3 times speed here as we wrap up this one. We've got a brand new town. Let's go ahead and click and see what this town's all about. It's a village status, so it's pretty tiny. It is an industrial town, so it wants products over people for its growth. And everything's awful right now. That's fine. And right now we've got 2 businesses, one for wood beams, one for coal. Maybe we think about, should we think about doing, trying to supply the needs of Orem right from the beginning with trains? That might be a way for us to ease into the world of rails here. If we set out as a goal to say, hey, let's not deliver any products to Orem unless they're being unloaded from a train. So that might be an interesting restriction to place on ourselves. This one's got the cool scenery, by the way, too. The trees here with the snow. Pretty neat. So yeah, let me think about that between episodes. Be interested in your comments. I know I record these kind of ahead of time, but do please let me know your thoughts. I read every comment and I try to apply them the next time I record an episode. But that might be an interesting restriction to put on ourselves to say, hey, every product, or as much as we can, let's not ship by truck. Let's start getting a rail network in place, go through that experimentation and learning curve, unload from the rails to warehouses, and then have trucks just pick up from the warehouses and deliver within town. So the trucks are only delivering kind of quote unquote the last mile. And then that'll start taking trucks off the road. And in the case of Orem, it'll stop us from, or it'll slow us down from adding a bunch of trucks to the road. Because, for example, the way we've been doing it, if Orem needs, for example, Orem needs wood beams. If I do it with trucks, I'm not only am I increasing trucks in Orem, I'm adding trucks to Somerville's traffic and Amana Colony's traffic, Haver's traffic, right? Because the wood beams are way down here. So to do it by truck really impacts, everything. In fact, traffic on the roads between the source material and the destination. Whereas with a train, we might be able to we know we need to do it basically. So let's think about that between episodes, but I'm kind of leaning towards that. We've got the stone resource. We want to get that going, right? We got a lot of research queued up. So we've got our work cut out for us. We've got a bunch of stuff to do, and we never finished our wood frames. So that's kind of half done. We need to finish that up too. Anyway, that is it for this episode. We did finally buy another region and expand. So I've been waiting to do that for a long time. So at least we've achieved that goal. We talked a bit about rails. We got the research going. So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up here. There'll be more episodes. Many more episodes. We got a lot to do. But for now, this is Glidercat signing off saying thanks so much for watching. Do consider giving the video a thumbs up if you like it. That helps my tiny channel grow, and I appreciate it. But until next time, I will see you in the next one.